What's going on, you guys? Danny Garcia, Jose Benavidez Jr. It just went down tonight. Danny Garcia looked good. A lot better than I expected. Danny Garcia, this is the best version of Danny Garcia I've seen in years. Looked at sharp, looked like he was having fun in there. He was throwing punches. Jose Benavidez, well, he was Jose Benavidez. A lot of showboating. Really just couldn't do anything with Danny Garcia. Hit that like button as you come on in. Danny Garcia looked like he still got something left. Danny Garcia didn't look like a fighter that was out the door. Danny Garcia looked like a fighter that still has something left. If you could take anything away from this fight, whether you think Benavidez is just trash or Benavidez is done, what you can take away from this is that Danny Garcia looked like he got something left. Salute to everybody in the building. Hit that like button for your boy. Let's see who's in here. Nazir Reed, salute. GK Black, salute. LT, what's going on? Mo Money was good. Wise Guy 260. Yeah. Danny Garcia, man. He crying. He up in here crying when we were looking at the yeah, he put up a really good performance, man. You know, he looked really lackluster when he was hitting the mitts and shit and you know and all that. He was looking really lackluster. But he looked really, really sharp in this fight. He was popping that jab out. He was really just throwing punches. You know, it was a shutout performance for Danny Garcia tonight. Tony Harrison, they already trying to sell a Tony Harrison fight. They're already trying to give us that fight, right? They're already trying to give us Danny versus Tony Harrison. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. What's up, Sharice Bailey? Yeah, I'm looking at the you know, I think Tony Harrison gives him a totally different fight. Tony Harrison, his jab is just ridiculous. He has so much size and reach. He's a real true 154 pounder who's 6'1". He's a lot bigger guy. You said he better fight Lubin? Ah, man, I don't think that's a good idea either. You know, but Danny looked really good, man, for a small 154 pounder. He looked really sharp tonight. He was really putting them punches together. He was putting them hands together. You know, Danny Garcia did his thing tonight. Let me see what Jose got to say. He said he happy with his performance tonight. But the Adam Kornacki fight tonight, he got beat by Desireen. That dude made a fan out of me tonight. That was a good heavyweight fight. Gary Antoine Russell fight ended in controversy. Francis Bartholomew didn't get a chance, man. I thought that was really bad. That was really, really bad. That kind of happened with the Victor Poster fight too, where they kind of prematurely stopped the fight. I'm kind of looking at like, what are they doing here? You know, they're trying to keep up this little knockout streak with Gary Russell going or something, because Francis Bartholomew wasn't done at all by any means. Yeah, he did. He looked really good tonight, Dre, man. Danny Garcia looked very good tonight. This is the best version of Danny that I've seen in years. The best version I've seen in years, man. Maybe the time off is what Danny needed. What's going on, Wayne Hennessy? I see you in the building. Hit that like button for your boy. Yeah, maybe the time off is what Danny Garcia needed, man. Yeah, that Gary Antoine Russell fight was bogus, bro. Rancis was fighting his ass off, man. I thought Rancis was gonna get mauled in that fight, but he was looking good. Then the referee kind of pulled the plug on it. I think that was kind of, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Hey, shouldn't be Benavidez was showboating quite a bit, wasn't he? You know, he was pumping the air and shit and sticking his tongue out, and you know he was doing what he normally does, but Benavidez couldn't hit Danny Garcia clean with confetti, bro. Danny Garcia looked really, really fucking good tonight. I mean, this Danny Garcia looked really sharp, man. Yeah, Rancis was giving it as good as he was taking it. Rancis was definitely giving it as good as he was taking it. He looked really good tonight. After putting up some shitty performances in the past, he looked really good against Gary Antoine. And that fight could have went somewhere. We were seeing what Gary Antoine really had in that fight with Rancis, but Gary may have eventually stopped him, but the referee shouldn't have did that. That was bad. And Kwanaki, I think it's kind of over for Kwanaki as a potential top heavyweight. I think it's over for him. I like this Desireen guy. He a dog. That was a really good heavyweight fight. Yeah, Rancis looked really strong, ain't it? He looked really strong. He looked really strong in that fight, man. He looked really strong last. And he didn't necessarily look strong prior. So I'm like, Gary Antoine should maul this guy. And nah, man, Rancis came to fight, man. He looked really good. You noticed that? I noticed that about them Cuban fighters, man. Sometimes they be having like lapses to where they ain't doing well. Then out of nowhere, they just level up and shit. Like they tend to do that. So I shouldn't even be surprised that Rancis was looking good like that tonight. And I think Gary needs to go ahead and redeem himself because he was getting booed tonight. By that happening, you know, it wasn't even Gary's fault. You know what I'm saying? At all by any means. That was a nice shot. Tank Davis like leaping left hook, right hook. And, you know, he got the knockdown. It wasn't his fault. You know what I'm saying? Crowd was booing him. They was throwing tomatoes at him. You know what I'm saying? So I think he needs to go ahead and fight Rancis again, you know, to clean that up. Still no fight announcement. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, still no fight announcement. You hear rumors that they was in Brooklyn today, though. You heard rumors that they was in Brooklyn. You say you want to see Tank versus Gary? Nah, Tank ain't gonna never fight Gary, bro. He's never gonna fight him. He's not gonna fight him. I like Tank, man, but he ain't about to fight none of them people, bro. It's sad. Yeah, Rancis never reached his true potential, man. He may reach it later. You know, he looked good tonight. You know, I want to see him again now. After not wanting to see him after his previous performance, he looked really fucking good tonight. He was switching his shit. He was giving Gary Antoine some good work. Damn near better than Postal. But Postal seemed like he was just ready to get up out of there and go right back to the Ukraine. Go right to the Ukraine. He seemed like he just wanted Herbert to go in there and do what he had to do, and Herbert get up out of there. You said, does Danny go back down to 147? Hey, that's a good question, LT. I think Danny could, man. Danny Garcia looked fucking great tonight, bro. I'll be lying to you. I'll be a hater if I say, he looked like shit. Or Garcia or Benavidez is a bump. Nah, Danny looked fucking sharp as shit tonight. Say what you want about Benavidez. Danny Garcia looked really good. He had energy. His legs looked strong. Still had his balance. He wasn't, he did a few things to kind of show off a little bit because he was having fun in there, but that motherfucker looked really good tonight. He looked really good. I'm not sure. I wouldn't say he'll beat some of those guys at 154 though. This wasn't a true 154 fight. This is 2 147 pounders. This guy tired of cutting the weight. You know what I'm saying? You go up in there with Tony Harrison, you're gonna see a significant size difference. Significant. And he has a crazy jab. Salute to H Money. I see you in the building, bro. Yeah, man. What's going on, H Money? Yeah, Danny looked fucking great tonight, man. He was throwing punches. And I said if Danny throw punches tonight, because he didn't throw punches against Spence. Maybe Spence just that much pressure when you're in there with that guy. And Spence is really good in close. Danny don't really like to fight in close. He's not really a close range guy. Spence dominates that space, and Spence knows how to stay on you too. You said you heard this fight was boring. Hell the fuck no. It was a great fight. Great fight. Danny Garcia showed really good boxing skills, a lot of activity, combinations. Danny Garcia did a lot tonight. This was the perfect opponent for Danny Garcia to kind of revitalize his career, so to speak. The perfect everything for that. Mexican guy, half Ecuadorian, but Mexican guy. You said he ain't fighting. Salute to my boy YSM Sports Media in the building, man. Y'all go subscribe to YSM Sports Media. He said he ain't fighting Tony Harrison. Danny looked good. Yeah, he looked good. But he ain't fighting Tony, bro. But they already trying to sell the fight. But Danny gonna get his head boxed off by Tony. That's a bad fight. You said bullshit fight? I thought it was a good fight, man. I want to see how both guys looked. You know, this is a crossroads type of fight. So these are always kind of interesting to me. Danny fucking looked good. He looked really good. He didn't look like a shot fighter. Benavidez didn't either, but Benavidez looked like he's slowing down quite a bit. You know what I'm saying? He definitely ain't the same Benavidez that fought Crawford. Oh, Danny won. Danny smoked him. Shut him out. He probably won like one round. You know what I'm saying? You said Danny versus Keith too? Ooh. That should be good. I don't know. This version of Danny against the Barrios Keith, the Benavidez Danny versus Barrios Keith. I don't know. I like the Danny. I like the Danny better. I like Garcia tonight. I like Garcia versus Keith Thurman right now. Honestly, if I'm honest, Keith Thurman Danny looked at really fucking sharp, dude. Pivoting, everything, just sharp, really sharp. Punches sharp. He put on the show. He put on the fucking show. He put on the show. Dan, you said no, stop that? Nah, man. Danny looked good, man. I think Danny might get Keith some work now, man. I don't know. Keith Thurman, I think Danny versus Keith 2 is a dope fight. It is a good fight. Keith Thurman probably looking at his chops right now. I have to sit back and think on it. You know how it is. You fresh off a fight. Danny Garcia really impressed me tonight, you know. But I have to sit back and really think about it. You know, Keith Thurman against Barrios, that's a little guy. You know, Benavidez is a bigger guy. This is the biggest guy Danny ever fought. And Danny looked really good tonight. You said, oh, stop saying he wasn't as good as Crawford. Nah, he wasn't. He ain't, bro. Come on, that was like 4 years ago. He ain't. Benavidez slowed down. I wouldn't say he shot or anything like that, but he slowed down. He definitely slowed down. You said Benavidez garbage. Yeah, man, he didn't look good at all, man. I think it's over for Benavidez, man, as far as him being a potential, you know, it's over, man. People gonna be harping on the Crawford fight, but that shit was like 3 years ago, man. That was a long time ago now. Crawford wasn't even a true welterweight like he is now. Crawford would have stopped this version of Benavidez tonight. Let's call it a spade a spade. I ain't want to go there, but here y'all go. You know what I'm saying? But Danny Garcia, man, best version of him I've seen in a long time. Maybe the weight cut is good. Maybe this little 154 is good for him. But he ain't ready for no Charlo. And none of those dudes, man. Those dudes bigger guys, really big. So if Benavidez was in the ring tonight at 172, Tony Harrison probably be at like he probably walks around close to 200 pounds. Tony Harrison. You said bad matchup for Kownacki? You talking about Desiree? I thought that was a good fight for him. When I look at Kownacki, while he may be a pretty tall guy, big guy, I don't feel him as a true heavyweight. I think Kownacki a wreck shit at cruiserweight. You know, he's just a fat guy. It's just an out of shape dude. Like that Desiree guy looked like a real big boy. He had the big skull and shit. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker, he made a fan of me tonight. He came to work. The Turkish fighter. He came to work tonight. And he's on a 6-fight streak now. I want to see him in there with Andy Ruiz. I like to see the short chubby dudes fighting. Because when you see the short dudes fighting the tall dudes, it's like the short dudes be really struggling against those guys. I want to see the short dudes bang it out just like we seen tonight. That was a great heavyweight fight, man. But I think it's over for Adam Kownacki, man. You know, his fan base kept him alive this long. You said they don't want to see Charlo? Nah, man. Danny ain't gonna put him. They ain't gonna put Danny in there with Charlo. That's a really bad fight. You said why can't Harrison and Lara fight? Ah, that'd be a good fight. I seen Lara in the crowd, still looking like he's fucking 30 years old, every bit of 40. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they won't make Lara versus Harrison. That's a great fight right now. Actually, Lara, no. Lara's at 160 right now. Yeah, Lara's a middleweight right now. Yeah, Lara's middleweight. You said Castano eats Danny up? Castano versus Garcia? Castano activity. Castano throws a lot more punches than Benavidez, and Castano he's gonna fight. But Danny did a good job of keeping the range. He did a really good job of keeping the range, and Benavidez really just couldn't get him inside Danny's range. And once Benavidez did, Danny will pivot out of the way, or duck down and pivot and shit. And Danny looked really sharp, man. Straight boxing skills, straight pure boxing. Like he looked really good. I'm actually really impressed by Danny tonight. I'm not gonna sit here and knock Benavidez for being a trash guy I'm looking at Danny Garcia because at 34 years old, I'm looking to see a fighter that looked lethargic, sluggish, just uninterested. But he looked really fucking good tonight. But as far as him fighting any of these other guys like Tony Harrison, man, Tony Harrison, that's a horrible fight. It's a horrible fight. Danny Garcia always struggled against champion level elite type guys. I think you can still consider Tony Harrison that at 154 pounds. When Tony Harrison's on, he's on. I think Lara has like the regular WBA 60 title. Hey, you ain't lying, Toronto. I agree. I'm a Tony Harrison fan. I like Tony Harrison a lot. But he should. I think it is time for him to move up now. Go up to 160, man. He may have better stamina. Because you know how Tony Harrison's biggest heel is he tends to fade late in the fight. He kind of somewhat fixed that. But maybe going to 160 would be good for him. Then it's getting thin over there now, 160. You could go ahead and try to beat up on one of them dudes. You know what I'm saying? But if he can get a fight with Danny, that's a good payday, though. So why not? You said you think Danny's gonna go back down to a catch weight? He might. He might play around and have these little catch weight fights. Danny weight or some shit. Salute to J Rod's Level Up Boxing TV. Y'all go subscribe to J Rod's Level Up Boxing TV. Who you on? Lara's yeah, I think he is the Mando for GGG right now. I think he is. Triple G go probably retire though. He ain't gonna stick around, man. He's gonna get up out of there. You said Garcia versus Crawford? Nah, we gotta get the Spence fight first. I would say I wouldn't be too interested because I think Danny is kind of done, but Danny looked good tonight. I'm interested. I'm interested in seeing Danny Garcia versus Crawford. Danny looked good. Maybe even a Spence rematch. Maybe, depending on how if Spence survives Crawford. Oh yeah, absolutely, Drader, man. The real problem at 154 is the Green Giant, the Iron Giant, the Tower of Terror, Sebastian Fundora. Oh my goodness, man. Go ahead, boot this thing out of here. This bot that's up in here, man. Shoot him down. Whatever that thing is, whatever that thing is. My black belts, where you at? You said Danny couldn't knock this guy out. Nah, he couldn't. He couldn't. You know. Crawford did, but Danny, you know, I didn't think Benavidez was gonna go anyway. I didn't think Danny was gonna knock him out, but Danny needed the rounds any fucking way. You said Bud stops everyone at 147 except Boots. Yeah, Boots. They had a Danny brought some stars out tonight too. There was some people out there. You said rather Crawford for Thurman. Yeah, I mean, Danny Crawford somewhere down the line. You know what I'm saying? Not like right now, nothing, but somewhere down the line. If Danny's still looking sharp a year or so from now, yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing it. You said what's next for Jose Benavidez? Um, man, I don't know, bro. A world title shot definitely out of the picture. A big money fight is likely out of the picture. He's likely gatekeeper status right now, bro. If he sticks around in boxing, if he decides to continue boxing, he's likely gatekeeper status. He said he felt good tonight. He thought he fought well. So, it depends. But if he sticks around, he's pretty much going to be a gatekeeper for young fighters to beat up on and, potentially get a name up off of, get a jump off of now. That's the position he's in. Or likely will be in if he continues boxing. That's how that shit works. Speaking of boxing, why everybody's here, somebody revealed that the reason why Jake Paul, the fight got scrapped is because Jake Paul tried to come to dude to tell him to throw the fight. They wanted his team Rockman to throw the fight. They denied that shit. So Jake Paul then pulled the fight. This is what dude said on Twitter. Dennis Dennis. I think he's some jiu-jitsu guy or something, or some MMA dude. But yeah, he exposed that out, and I kind of figured something like that was kind of going on anyway. I don't believe the bullshit. I think Willie was on the take too, and Willie was my guy. You say you think Boots needs to fight Jamal James or Mean Machine? Yeah, he could fight one of them, but Boots said he wants to fight. He looking to fight Thurman or Stanionis next. That's what Boots said. You say you think Lubin is still recovered from? Yeah, bro, he got to be. You said put Benavidez in there with Fondura. Hell no. You trying to kill that guy. You said Hasim can't make 200. I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? He probably can't. He probably can't. But Jake Paul didn't put Tyron Woodley is nowhere near as big as Jake Paul or Ben Askren. None of them dudes, bro. But he was about to fight somebody that was big that can really box, and then conveniently the plug got pulled on the fight. I knew that shit was gonna happen, bro. I already knew that shit. I knew that fight wasn't gonna happen. I knew it. It was just like, nah. You said Tony Harrison the best in the division. Yeah, I like Tony, man. I'm a big fan of Tony, man. He looked really good his last fight. His jab is probably one of the best in boxing. I need to think about who got the best jabs in boxing right now. It's probably the top five best jabs in boxing right now. I'll probably say Harrison. I gotta see how Triple G look in the next fight, but Triple G used to have one of the best jabs. Devin Haney, Michelle Rivera, Emmanuel to go. Who else? Yeah, I say Emmanuel to fucking go. Who else? It's a few guys, man. I'm gonna have to think about it. But yeah, hold up. I'm gonna pull something up real quick for you guys. Yeah, man. I think that's just like a scam they're pulling, bro. I mean, pay attention. They're talking about putting this guy in a WBC rankings, right? For him to fight for a cruiserweight title, pretty much. That's likely what's going to happen. But yeah, this would do say. He said, I heard from inside the camp of Jake Paul that his manager and team tried to pay Hasim Rahman to take a dive, but they rejected it. So then Jake Paul team made up an excuse to pull out of the fight. They says first, Jake Paul, Tony, these boxers I'm able to work with because they're like professional confidence to fight me. So Jake Paul come out with this thing. You know, he did it to Tommy Fury. Now he did it to. So whenever Jake Paul, the thing that's starting to look common with this is that this dude is every time he's about to fight a boxer, something weird happens the way the fight just don't happen. You know what I'm saying? And we'll just leave it at that. But yeah, Jake Paul, Danny Garcia, man. Looked it really fucking good tonight. Salute to Orlando Finney for the super chat. He says Devin Haney has a great jab. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He beat Kambosos with one hand, bro, just a jab. Toronto Royalty says Harrison, Charlo, Haney, Fury, Boots, Spence. Yeah. Boots got a fucking ridiculous fucking jab. And Spence. Yep. I think that's about right there, man. You said Danny did not land 230 punches? I don't know, man. Danny was landing some punches tonight. Yeah, Jake Paul was shook, Dre. Jake was definitely shook, bro. Come on. We already know what it is. He was shook as fuck. We surprised it made it this far. But we not surprised the fight didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? I mean, nobody's surprised. Nobody really cares, you know? It is what it is. It's unfortunate for Rock Monday. He thought he's going to get a big payday, you know. Hey, Triple G is okay with me now, man. I'm over those days, man. Those was a long time ago when I used to be emotional boxing fan. Those days are long gone, bro. Triple G cool, man. You know, his fans was annoying as fuck. And he was ducking a lot of fighters that was looking for smoke, like Ward and Lara and shit. But, you know, that motherfucker got a ridiculous jab and an iron chin and crazy will. You said, yeah, GGG jab. In fact, that's what I'm saying. I need to see Triple G at 40 years old jab against Canelo, you know. Then I could say I could add him in the best jabs. He could still be there. You said Jamal is a joke right now. Jamal is, man. We got to ask this question, wise guy. Is Jamal even the same fighter, bro? We've been seeing this dude bullshitting, you know. Every time we see him out, he's under the influence, man. Every time we've been seeing him, man. We got to question if he's even the same fighter. You said, the iron chin of G. Yeah, Triple G got a good chin, man. You said his jab was tight in his last fight. Yeah, Triple G. He sold to the people this Mexican style moniker. He sold that to the people, but he was up in there jabbing and boxing, boy. You know what I'm saying? That was the biggest con in boxing was Triple G at that time, boy. Man, and it worked. They went over to one of the best fan bases in boxing. They won him over with the help of Abel Sanchez. Hey man, Butch comes on randomly, man. He's on the UK. He's in the UK. You know, Butch is brutal. Oh, and while I'm here, while you guys can actually fucking hear me, when I'm on those panels like that, for whatever reason, it's hard for me to control everything because for whatever reason, I don't know if it's StreamYard, but it drowns me out. So it sounds like I'm far away. You can't hear me. So I need to have like a bell or something or figure out if somebody knows how this audio shit really works. I'm still kind of new to all this live shit. But how the audio works to why when I have people on the panel, you can't hear me. You know what I'm saying? You can hear other people better than me, and I'm the moderator and shit. So yeah, I need to figure that shit out to have better control over the strings. But that shit was lit. You said he was getting killed last fight to the body. Yeah, Triple G don't like them body shots. Triple G do not like them body shots. I don't know, man. We go see how Triple G looks, though. We go see how he looks against Canelo. That fight's is that the next big fight? Yeah, pretty much. I don't know, man. Canelo don't be looking good, man. I think Canelo's on the decline. Me personally, I think Canelo's on a downslide. Triple G, of course, is too. But at least Triple G, he had some time off. You know, Canelo been really, really busy. Maybe Canelo needs some time off. You know what I'm saying? If I'm honest. Yeah, he's been fighting like, you know, average guys, but he has been active and too busy. May need some fucking time off. Sometimes time off is really good. We saw that tonight with Danny Garcia. We haven't seen Danny Garcia since a loss to Errol Spence. He came out and put up the shot. He didn't even look this good against Ivan Redcash. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he didn't even look that good against Ivan Redcash. Maybe Benavidez just ain't that great, but whatever the case, Danny looked sharp. You say you think Charlo's gonna fight David Benavidez? Uh, that's what Steven Espinoza and Showtime seems to want. That's what they seem to want. I don't think Charlo wants to fight him. And they may be looking to cash Charlo out too. They see Charlo out here and he ain't, taking shit seriously, bro. They're not gonna come out here and say shit that we'll say. But Charlo been out here, coming drunk on lives and shit and calling out Oscar De La Hoya. He's just all over the place, bro. Yo, hit that like button for your boy. But yeah, man. Danny Garcia, man, he's still here. He's still here. There's still some good fights that could be made with Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia, they're gonna be playing hardball and they're gonna be playing games though, I believe, for some of the tougher guys that want to fight. They ain't gonna say nothing about Crawford. They still don't want to fight Bud. Nobody really wants to fight Bud. Hold up. Salute to J-Rod, Level Up Boxing TV for the super chat. He says this is gonna stir up Spence fans, but if Garcia would have gave this same performance to Spence, it would have been a different fight. Just my opinion. Hey, man, that's something we'll have to talk about. Still fresh right now, but that's something we could talk about in the near future. We need to see how Spence looks against Crawford, but if we going off the Danny that fought Spence, this Danny looked at a totally different from the Danny that fought Errol Spence. I'll tell you that. Now, one may say it could have been Errol Spence, or it could have been just Danny Garcia. All the shit they've been saying leading up to this fight was true. The anxiety, he wasn't excited. There was a lot of shit going on. Maybe it was true. It could have possibly been. These are people. These are real people. But whatever the case, he looked at really good against David Benavidez. Jose Benavidez. Now, Errol Spence is a totally different guy. Errol Spence is going to be coming at you. He's a southpaw. He's going to be popping the jab on you. He's going to be really busy. He's not going to be sitting there pumping the air, sticking out his tongue. He's not going to be doing any of that. So it's a totally different fight. You said Danny called out Keith and Lara? Okay. I'm glad you said that because, normally I hop right on and I don't want to play the audio in the background in the crib and shit with the copyright. They be trying to copyright you. But yeah, that's good to know. So he called out Keith and Lara. Lara probably beat his ass, if I'm honest. And plus, Lara's 160, but Lara probably would come to 154 to fight Danny for the payday. Definitely. That's probably why Lara was in the building. That's probably why he was around. Lara's a Miami, Houston guy. So yeah, he was out there watching Danny for a reason. So yeah, they may end up making Danny versus Lara. Danny may end up sneaking his way to a belt. Lara's not a big middleweight, but he does have a significant reach advantage. He has a long reach. So yeah, that'd be good. You said that was the same Danny that beat Crawford in the amateurs. Man, probably. Shit. That motherfucker looked really good. Yeah, hey, that's a red pill for your ass, Tyronto. He says Charlo's wasting Al Heyman's time and money. They'll find a way to punish him and push him, and they'll find a way to push him out like they did Broner. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, wasting his time and money, bro. Big Charlo is anyway. Jamel doing his thing. You ain't not really, GK. Jose didn't really do nothing to make Danny really think. He didn't really do nothing for Danny. But I got to give Danny his respect and roses, though, because he looked good tonight. His body language, his poise, his posture, his everything. He looked sharp. He looked like he still got something left at 34 years old. That's what I was looking at. I was looking to see if he was fading. A faded fighter, a shell of himself. That's what I was looking for tonight. He far from it. Yeah, get them likes up, man. Apparently the likes is low. Get them likes up for Bushido. Nah, I don't see Danny doing too much at the top at 154, B. Romero. I don't see it, bro. It's just too many. There's too many, it's just too many big guys. Them dudes can fight. They tough and shit, Battle tested like a motherfucker, too. And then a bigger guy with a good jab, but still give him a lot of fucking problems. Yeah, Danny did the shoe shine. I think it was probably about the 6th or 7th round. He said Jose thought they were sparring. Yeah, ain't it? That's what it looked like, Mike. Like he was up in there, he was sticking out his tongue and doing all that shit he was doing. Like, come on, Jose, you got to make something happen. You know, you got to make something happen, dude. You can't be up in there playing. This is like your last call, bro. Then I didn't like the advice his dad gave me at the end, at the corner in the end. I didn't like it. I didn't think that was some advice you should have gave me at that critical moment. That was something you should have been saying like about the 4th round. This is the 12th round and you getting shut out. You need to tell your son, this is it. We need to give it our all. Fuck all the bullshit. Put him out. You need a knockout to win this fight. That's what you should have been telling him. No, just work the body. And like, no, bro. You need to act like you fucking losing this fight. Nah, they were just up in there, bro. They were just up in there. You says, yo, but shit, I was telling my cousin Tony Harrison. Yeah. Tony Harrison gave Danny Garcia a nightmare. It's a really bad fight for Danny, in my opinion. Really, really bad fight. Bad fight. Especially if Tony Harrison's on. You know, Tony Harrison's one of those up and he's like, that's one of my guys too. But he's like up and down, you know what I'm saying? But if Tony Harrison's at the top of his game, maybe he needs to go to 160. But if he's at the top of his game, man, he's a nightmare, bro. He can box. And his jab is ridiculous. But he starts to fade late in fights and shit, and you know, he gets careless at times and shit. But I think Danny needs to stay. If he stays at 154, he's gonna have to deal with some of those dudes. Hey, look, yeah, he didn't even have to use his no-look left hook. He didn't. That's what I'm saying, bro. Danny looked good tonight. Danny usually do that no-look left hook. He be looking bad and shit and kind of, you know, but against Benavidez, he didn't even have to use it tonight. Oh, you said Danny needs to stay at 147? Yeah, he's too small, man. He'll struggle against like even Banana Boy. He'll struggle against him. And then struggle against those. Those are just bigger dudes, man. Much bigger guys. Benavidez is not a real 154 guy. Not a real one. Yep. You say you starting to like little Gary? Yeah, I like Gary. I like Gary Antoine, but they didn't do him no service tonight by pulling that fight on him so early. They should let him fight that guy. They was booing Gary Antoine. You supposed to be trying to get him to gain fans. Y'all making him lose fans. And he's all undefeated. With all knockouts and shit. But they didn't want to see him get a win like that. Ransom still had a lot left. Yeah, you guys, man. Danny Garcia, man. He looked really good tonight. This was a do or die fight to see who was going to move on to bigger and better things. It looked like it's going to be Danny Garcia. What will he do next? He says Keith Thurman or Lara. You know, Keith Thurman probably said, oh, shit, I'll do that right now. So we might see Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia in the near future. You know, Keith Thurman probably said, that's a payday fight. That's a fight I already did. That's a fight I know I can make. That's a fight I know I can take. So that's probably what Keith Thurman's going to do. I expect to see that fight probably soon. And yeah, man, he looked good tonight. He said Lara as well, but Lara's a middleweight now. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but I think Lara probably could go back down to 154 for that fight. He's not necessarily a big 154 pounder. I'm surprised he's at 164, some of the big 154 guys. So, yeah, Danny Garcia, man, he looked good tonight. You said Bud at UFC tonight with Tyson. Speaking of that, I heard some things about Bud and Mike Tyson. I heard some things about Bud and Mike Tyson. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll probably be talking about it relatively soon. You know what I'm saying? Probably be talking about it really, really soon. But there's a reason why Bud and Mike Tyson is hanging out and shit. I'll tell you, that's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, you guys, Danny Garcia, man, he's back. He's back. I think he's still relevant. I think he's still got a lot left. I think there's still some big fights that could be made with Danny. I'm not gonna sit here and take nothing away from him tonight and say Benavidez was trash. Benavidez was Benavidez tonight. He did his best, considering, you know, I think Benavidez his days as of potentially being a top contender guy is kind of over. I think he's If he continues to box, he'll be likely at a gatekeeper status. And Danny Garcia, man, he's going on to bigger, better things. Will it be Keith Thurman, Edison Lane, Lara? Maybe an Errol Spence rematch if Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford get their fight done. So wait, hold up. He says if Bud don't get Spence next, who you want to see them try to make him fight? I don't know. I like to see Bud and Danny. Bud and Charlo, but they ain't gonna make Bud Charlo. They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that. I don't know, bro. It's just anybody, really, man. Anybody with a name, anybody that's anybody with a name, Boots, anybody. Salute to J Rod Level Up Box TV for the super chat. He says, real to real, I had Benavidez winning tonight before the fight. I did not expect this performance from Danny. He needs to stay at 147. A rematch Thurman, that's his next big fight. Road to redemption. Facts, bro. Yeah, man. And salute to you, man, for being, honest. Like, yeah, I had Benavidez winning. And then you gotta eat your crow, man. Salute to you, J Rod. Y'all go subscribe to J Rod's Level Up Boxing TV. But yeah, Danny, he needs to stay at 147 unless he can get the right fight at 154. I don't think Tony Harrison's the right fight. I think it's a bad fight. Good fight for Harrison, bad fight for Garcia. But he needs to go back to 147 and fight Keith Thurman. I think that's a good fight. If Keith Thurman don't want to deal with Boots Ennis, which he likely don't want to do, Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia is a really good fight. They may put it on pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? They may put this one on pay-per-view, y'all. We got the other ones for free. We ain't gonna get this one next one, I don't think. But yeah, that's a good fight for Danny right now. Danny looked sharp tonight. Really, really, really sharp. Pivoting, just everything was sharp, man. He looked good. He looked really good. Of course, he has a good chin as well, so that's always going to be there to save him. And Danny Garcia always got a good chin. He got good eyes too. Not the way they look. No, don't look at not like that. I'm talking about that motherfucker. He don't be closing his eyes when he punching. He sees everything that's coming at him. You know what I'm saying? Danny got good eyes in there. He sees shit. You know what I'm saying? When you think he don't see, he still see. It's like he got eyes at the back of his head. Danny Garcia is a lot better than people give him credit for, especially when he's on. He's definitely on tonight. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.